Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so happy. I am so glad. I vibrate so high just to be here, to sit here and talk to you. So you're so much welcome. And if you are new in this channel, you are in the right family, because in this family we teach and learn from one another how to be better social beings of value and loving ourselves while at it and not forgetting to be happy. Okay, so in the right channel, right family. Stick to the end. Subscribe, comment, like, and share my video, guys. Share my video. Okay, all right. Now, in our day-to-day life, we've ever come across this thing called red flags in a relationship. And I know there's so many talks about red flags in a relationship more than green flags. So today I'm here to talk about the green flags in a relationship, okay? So if you're in a relationship or you're intending to be in one, this is the right video for you. So I know once in a while you've heard about red flags, and as human beings, I know we are so, driven to negativity. Like, negativity is much more than positivity. So you'll find that we are much aware of the red flags, but green flags, most people don't really pay attention to it. So you see, there has to be a balance, okay? Yeah. All right. So today, as I've said, I'm going to talk about green flags in a relationship. So number one, if you're in a relationship and you want to know if it's going to the right direction or not, these are the following signs that you need to watch. And these signs are very green. They are green signs to tell you that you can go on with that relationship. So number one is that you can easily discuss, you and your partner can easily discuss about anything. You can easily discuss about anything without feeling judged. You can easily discuss your issues. You can easily discuss your wants. You can discuss your feeling. You listen to each other. So if you've reached that point where you can discuss anything without feeling judged, or without suspecting that you might be judged, and it's both negative and positive, you can easily explain your feelings, you can easily explain your wishes, you can talk about the issues, that is a green flag right there. So you can easily discuss about anything, okay? Anything, any issue, any want, any feeling, without feeling judged or perceiving that you're going to be judged. So that is one. Two, the other green flag in a relationship is you take each other's feelings with much of importance. You take each other's feelings with much of importance. You take your partner's opinion with so much importance, and their needs too. So if there's needs they are trying to put out, if it is, let me just go back, if it is a need that they have, you are there, you are taking it with a lot of importance, and you're also acting on it. If it is things to do with their opinions, you are there to listen and take it with a lot of importance that it deserves. You're just taking their feelings with also so much importance. So that is a green flag in that relationship. So if both of you are doing that, because for it to be a healthy relationship with a lot of green flags, it has to be two-way traffic, okay? Not one way, so two-way. Yeah, so you take with so much importance each other's feelings, opinions, and even needs, okay? Then you believe in each other. You believe in each other, and this, I mean, you trust each other. When you believe in each other, it means you trust in each other. You just will not look at your partner with with an eye of suspicion, or you won't feel like they're doing things behind your back and all that. You just trust each other, you believe in each other, and you believe that your partner has good intentions for you. So you believe in each other. If you believe in each other, meaning you're trusting each other, then that is a green flag. I always say this: the moment you feel like you're not trusting your partner, there must be a reason, and there's something you've seen or even discovered. And at that point, trust is gone. And if trust is gone, then you will not thrive in that relationship. You will not thrive in that relationship, no matter how much you try. You will not thrive, okay? And then you also have there's, you have we factors in your communication. Each time you're communicating about things to do with the future, there's a we factor. Huh? For example, if it's about getting a house, you'll have conversations such as, what house should we get, what are we going to consider. If it is about your kids, you'll talk about, so what do you think, you know that is the future talks you're having, but you are having the we factor. So whenever you're having conversation, there's the we. If we have children, where do you think we should be living with them? What are the values what are the values that you think we should be imparting in them? Which schools do you think we should be taking them? So there's always a we factor in your communication wherever you're talking. The opposite of it, if you're in a relationship and constantly you people you find that, and mostly is in a relationship, you'll find maybe one is deep in love and the other one is just mark timing. So there's always one who is in love and there's always the one who is just mark timing and not really there and regretting why they made that choice and thinking about the people they want to be around and thinking that they made wrong choices. I don't know why it happens so, but that is just how life is. Like, you'll always find one is so invested and the other one is just, this is like, I'm just passing time. So if you find yourself in a situation whereby maybe your partner or you, whenever you are having a talk, all you keep on saying, I will do this, I will, and it is specifically to do with the future, anything to do with future plans, anything to do with your future, but you keep on saying I, or your partner keeps on saying I, then I don't think that is a green flag in that relationship. It's subconscious. It's subconscious, and it's not like they're saying that to really hurt you, but it is just in their subconscious that they know, like, you are not part of their future. They just know, and it is already in their subconscious. And at that time when they're saying I, it is now the subconscious manifesting it out physically in their talks while they're talking, that now you'll start hearing things like I will, but there's no we. Yet maybe you've been dating for the longest time, you've been expecting that you're going to have a future together. Yeah, so if it comes to that stage, then I think you or your partner should consider maybe re-evaluating the relationship, or just going to places or moving on. Okay, another green flag is that you have the same values. I greatly feel that number one spoiler of any relationship is, if this relationship you're pursuing, you have different values, then there's nowhere you're going. So your values must actually match. If your values are not matching, then there's nothing you're doing in that relationship. So another green flag in a relationship is when your values match. If your values are not matching, it's just like digging a hole day by day for yourself. Yeah, so your values must match. Okay, so your values must match, and I feel that, like, that is the most integral part of a relationship. If you don't have the same values, you will clash so badly in so many things. You will clash so badly, and it doesn't really mean that any one of you is evil or any one of you is a bad person. It's just values, and that is where you are clashing at. So if your values are not matching, okay, or you can find a place there in the middle to meet. If it's impossible, we all know the right thing to do, right? Yeah. Another green flag, if you have a disagreement and you realize that even after the disagreement you're not burning bridges, then that is a healthy relationship for you. Let me tell you, there are relationships where even the slightest of a disagreement, people go their separate ways. Even the most useless thing that you'll ever doubt if it can separate a relationship, it separates it separates that relationship simply because there was no enough love, or one person wasn't really in love, and maybe it was just maybe they thought, sometimes you can think you are in love or you love someone, but one, maybe you just love the idea of the idea of that you have about that person. When we meet, there is always a presentation we make. I will say that there's always a presentation that we make when we meet people. There's how we carry ourselves, and there's how people also perceive us. In when people perceive us as, because of what they have seen us presenting during those first times, or just a few times they have known us. Okay, so there are people who have a perception about the person that they want to be with, or they already create a perception of how they want this person to be. Then now when it comes to reality, they realize that the perception I had about this person is very different from what I'm seeing on the reality. Okay, so the perception that someone had on you, okay, can be very different, and most times it's very different from the reality of who you are. Okay, so when it comes to that, now this person was not even in love, okay, wasn't really loving you, just loved the perception of, that they had, the perception that they had about you. That is what, they thought they were loving, or rather they thought they were in love with. Okay, then two, it could just be lust. Lust can be for the longest time. By the way, you can have lust over some. Have you ever had stories whereby a dude has been chasing a lady for the longest time? A man has chased a lady for the longest time, and then the moment they get that lady, it is the moment now they separate very quickly. Love just fades away. Have you ever asked yourself why? Yeah. So lust can be for the longest time in someone. Like, you can last over someone for the longest time, and then now the moment you get them, it's just you realize you are never in love. It wasn't love at first. Okay, yeah. So those two things normally happen. So sometimes you find that when these people disagree with their partners, they might end up just burning bridges easily, and all that. And that we all know it's a red flag. But if you want to know that your relationship is actually on a green flag, is the fact that no matter how many times you disagree, you will never burn bridges. Okay, so that is a green flag in a relationship. And I'll give you a very good example of that. Is, you disagree during the day, and then at night you find time and talk about it, and make ways, and make up, and you keep on disagreeing, but you always have ways of which you can come together and talk about it. And then there's this other relationship that is full of red flags, whereby anytime there's a disagreement, there's not talking about the issue, there's nothing, it is matching, going, like burning bridges completely. Yeah, so green flag, no matter how many times you have issues, you are always never burning bridges, and you're always finding solutions to your issues. Okay, and then you also validate each other. That is another green flag in a relationship. You validate each other. You validate your partner's feelings, they also validate yours. Okay, and that thing is very important. I know we are not supposed to live our life waiting to be validated by people, because sometimes when you depend on the outside world, or let me say, just you depend on people to validate you, you'll get hurt most of the time. Okay, so it is always good to validate yourself, know yourself better, love who you are, just embrace all the chaos around you and in your life, so that even if you are validated by someone else, it's just an icing on the cake. Okay, yeah. So when you're in a relationship whereby you fill each other's cup, you validate each other, you help each other achieve dreams, you support each other in each other's endeavors, like you just support them. Support doesn't mean that it has to always be financial. Yeah, it has to be maybe emotionally you're supportive, physically you're supportive, you're also supportive spiritually, those lanes. Okay, yeah. So you validate each other. If you validate each other, then that's a green flag. Okay, yeah. Then lastly, you easily can talk about your physical, your sexual, and even reproductive choices without feeling weird about it or embarrassed. Okay, so you can freely sit down and talk about your physical, like when you just become vulnerable enough to talk about maybe what you really does not like about maybe your body, or what makes you feel a bit low about a certain part of your body. Yeah, you can be able to talk about that easily without fear of being embarrassed or judged. You can be able to talk about your sexual needs. You can how you want things to be done, yeah. You can easily also talk about your reproductive choices, like how many kids you want to have, uh, if you are free, if you are someone who can easily use contraceptives or not. If you've reached that point where you can freely talk about these things, then that is a green flag in that relationship. A red flag is whereby you never talk about these things, and you engage without even knowing the choices of the other partner. And sometimes when a baby comes up, especially when now it's on the sexual matters, that's when you find that some people don't want to be responsible of the child. Yeah, so we have so many ladies being impregnated, and the guy, the moment they realize she's pregnant, they chucked off. Yeah, so it happens a lot of times, and it's because from the beginning it was a red flag. They never talked about these things. They never had such a communication. It was just the guy lasting and wanting to get what he wanted, and then boom, there's a baby already. Okay, so but if you can talk about these things freely, both physically, sexually, and your reproductive choices, you're on good track. Yeah. So listen, but there are very many green flags that are there to show you that a relationship is right and a relationship is good. But those are just the few that I feel are the most important for you to look out in a relationship, so that you can be sure that the relationship I'm in is gonna go somewhere, it's healthy, and it's meant for you. Okay, yeah. So I hope you've learned something there, and I hope you're also happy that it is ticking the boxes of you being, in a healthy relationship. Yeah, and even if these things are not happening in your relationship, there's always a way you can sit down with your partner and talk and see where you can adjust, where you can do this and that, so that at least you be happy. I want to believe, and this is my mantra in life, relationships are very beautiful if you are with the right person. Okay, and it is the best. You can trust each other because it is possible. Loyalty is there, it's available. Faithfulness is there, it's available. Okay, supporting finding a partner who is supportive is also there. It exists. A good partner who knows how to communicate is also there. It's just that sometimes we are presented with so much negativity, or we find ourselves in one or two situations that were negative, and we decide that now this is gonna be my walk. We take one situation and generalize everything. No, that is not how it is. I'm telling you, there are good people out here. There are good partners for you out here. They are just people you'll meet in this life, and you'll really wonder what really happened, that you are never patient. So the thing is, everything that happens in your life, even if you had the most of the red flags in your relationship, and some of the unspeakable things were done to you, don't beat down yourself. Don't ask yourself a lot of questions. Don't keep on asking yourself what is it that you're not doing right and all that. No, as long as you know that you walked it right and you did everything genuinely from your heart, and you are very genuine, you're very loyal, and you're very truthful, the best thing to do about this is heal, then move on. Heal, move on. God will always align you to the people that you deserve to be with. He will align you to the person that will make you grow on all sectors of, the dimension of life. Someone will make you grow physically. Someone will make you grow financially. Will make you even grow spiritually. Okay, and all other things. Like, you will just feel the difference. Okay, yeah. So let's be positive. Relationships are good. There are very good relationships out here, very many of them. It's just that people don't come out to talk about it, and mostly it's just that sometimes it is the negativity that normally gets into the online spaces, and that is how we get to see a lot of negativity. And you find people saying, "Hi, I can never be in a relationship because I've seen so many people like this and these, women are like this, men are like this." Don't be that kind of a person. There are very nice relationships out here that are flourishing. There are very good marriages and people are very happy. Like there's a statement I keep on hearing people saying, marriage is just good during the first few years, but after that you're gonna be bored with each other, you're gonna want to kill each other, you know. In fact, I'll advise everyone never to get, no, don't listen to such people. There are people out here who are married and they're very happy, like genuinely happy, not even like pretending. They're genuinely happy because they found the right person in each other. Okay, I'll just say that I think what normally makes people sad is the fact that maybe you make choices very fast. Yeah, like I'll tell you this, you need to really heal yourself inside out before you present yourself to any other person or to the world, because sometimes you carry trauma from one relationship to another, you carry attitude from one relationship to another, and then I don't know how it works, you'll find that the thing you are running from is still in the next person you are having, even if it is a few percentage of it. And then you'll start wondering, kwani what's happening? Is everyone like this? But it is you. You need to sit down and heal yourself first, because sometimes it is not just that people are wronging you. There's also something that you're not doing right, because there's no way you keep on attracting such people in your life. Okay, so the healing needs to be done, and we need to be slow and patient and get to know people before we decide that now I'm giving you my, you know, everything, and we are gonna be into intimacy. Before you get there, try as much as possible to know this person. Okay, yeah. So that is just what I can tell you, and I hope it is actually helping. Yeah, okay. All right, so I will sign off, and I will sign off by leaving you with the food for thought. And my food for thought today is that if you want to be trusted in this world, you must be honest. If you want to be trusted in this world, you must be honest. Okay, so think about it. It's food for thought, and I hope it will help you be a better person in life. Okay, yeah. So thank you so much for listening to me. I would like to now sign out so that I can do other things. And for that, I just want to say have a very beautiful day, night, morning, evening, lunch. In whichever part of the world that you are in, I want you to have it in the best, fabulous way. Okay, and for that, that's a bye. Bye, guys.